This is the Ultac Lansing AL7, which is a really nice speaker unit, both for the iPhone, iPad, and it's also got the ability to put music in the back via an aux socket. Getting into it is difficult, and so I'm going to do a video, or a second video, which will show how to get into one of these things. However, I thought before we move on to that, a few points to start. The first thing is what you'll need to get into it. You're going to need a Phillips screwdriver, a hammer. I really hate to say this, but you're going to need a hammer and something which will act as a chisel. So what I use is a screwdriver with a reasonably fine point on it. Well, it acts as a chisel anyway. So how is this put together? Well, some points to note. There are these wraparound speaker grills, both front and back. Okay, and we're going to have problems with those later. I don't even attempt to get into this side. This is the front of the unit, but we don't really need access to this to see the electronics inside. So we're going to be looking at the other side of the unit. What we have here is a white panel, which is secured, in fact, to the unit by means of two screws in here, which I think you can just about see, and also a glued-in plastic piece in here, and that's the bit we're going to have to break to get inside. Now, that may sound brutal, and it is, and it involves hammering, and it is not nice. If you've got to get in it to fix it, then that's the only way you're going to get in, because there's no other way to break into the unit that I can see without doing that. The good news is that the way we break into it is via this recess here, which is for you to hold with as a handle, and because the rubber mouldings here come off easily, it's possible to remove the rubber mouldings, break into it, and replace the rubber mouldings afterwards with very little visible damage. In fact, the only thing you're likely to see is a slight lifting of this area here, but apart from that it seems fine. The unit actually consists of two halves. There's a large plastic moulding underneath here, and another plastic moulding here, which we're going to take off that way. The white end caps here, they will need to come off. In fact, they only need to be moved about 1/8 of a turn round and removed sideways, as you'll see. They just are sort of a rotate and remove type thing. Very nicely made. And underneath here we have a panel which lets us get access to these end panels. So that's a quick introduction. On the next video we'll actually take it apart.